long time since I have filmed anything because I've been going through a lot. A lot has been changing for me. I graduated college, went to Portugal. I moved back home because I couldn't find a job right out of college. And it's been super stressful, but also beautiful. I've always been super scared of change and of relinquishing control, but I've realized that nothing is in my control. I am one human in this one human body, and I cannot see everything that is going to happen because I am a firm believer in the butterfly effect. Nothing ever happens for no reason, right? I honestly just had to turn to God because I had no other choice, because I was going to crash out. If I kept trying to control every little thing that was going wrong in my life or every little thing that was stressing me out. Like, that's such a huge burden to feel like everything in your life is like all fully in your control, and if you don't have every single little detail figured out, then this is gonna go wrong, which is gonna make that go wrong, which is gonna make this go wrong, and it's all on you to fix everything. And like, dude, it's actually, you can actually lean on God and rest in the fact that God's gonna work it out. Like, wait, so I just literally had to let go and let God. It was too much. I could not handle all of it by myself. The burden has felt a lot lighter since then. Even though I still get stressed and things are still hard, I'm going through things that I never thought would happen. I never planned for this to happen to me. I never planned to have things fall apart and have my plans fall apart and have the rug ripped out from right under me. Cause I thought I had it all figured out. I thought, well, I'm gonna graduate college and I'm gonna have a job lined up, and then I'm gonna do this and this is gonna happen and it's all gonna go according to plan. And then none of it did. Literally none of it. Luckily, I have family and friends that I can lean on for support. They're really helping me get through this period of my life. Everything is falling apart, but also coming together at the same time. It's like when you have to shed the old to make room for the new. And it's like the old is being shed and it sucks. But I know that it's because something even better and more beautiful is coming for me. And I know it in my heart and my soul, and I can smile through the pain because I know that something beautiful is about to happen to me. And I can smile and know that the things that I'm losing right now are things that I can't take with me into this amazing new life, so they have to go. All this pain from losing all of these things, I can smile through it. And I can't wait to see what life has in store, and I'm so excited because I can't wait to see what's gonna happen after this. I can't wait to see how I come back from this. I can't wait to see how my life transforms. I'm so freaking excited. God must love me because I don't know how I'm not crashing out right now, but I'm not. That's all for now. Hello! I'm in desperate need of a curly cut because I tried to cut bangs myself and I accidentally gave myself micro bangs. I'm like giving Farley from Saltburn. Nothing against his ass, he's fine. But it's just not the look that I had in my head when I cut these bangs. Somebody sedate me! Anyways, for those who trust in the Lord, all things will work together for good. Always. Like, the Lord will use any circumstance to his advantage. The devil is trifling? Okay, period. I'm gonna turn that around. Because for those who trust in the Lord, no weapon formed against us shall prosper. It's really that simple. It's honestly brought me so much joy because I'm just like, wow, like there's really no way for me to make a wrong decision. Like, it's helped me so much with like my anxiety and my stress about like, oh, like there's so many different options. What if I choose the wrong one? What if I make the wrong decision? What if I don't do this? What if I don't do that? What happens if I miss this opportunity? Oh, like da-da-da-da-da. There is literally no way for me to make a wrong choice in life because every single path that I take will lead me to exactly where I'm supposed to be. Like, why stress? Like, why worry? Literally, why worry? Because all things work together for good. It's already been decided. And I'm not saying I don't believe in free will, because I believe we have free will. And maybe this is a stupid metaphor, but I believe that just hear me out. I believe that free will works like it does in the Spider-Verse. If y'all have seen like Into the Spider-Verse, the second movie, I believe it works like that, where you have free will, obviously, but there are certain predestined like canon events in life that you cannot miss. Obviously, we're not superheroes crossing timelines to try to stop something. In our non-superhero lives, there are things that are meant to happen to us. I believe in God, so I'm gonna say God. I believe that in God's plan for us, there are certain things that are supposed to happen. No matter how hard you try to go around it, no matter how hard you try to avoid it, no matter how hard you try to do this, that, and the third to change it, it will happen. There are canon events. I believe that. And of course we have free will to do whatever we want along the way. But ultimately, if those canon events are supposed to happen, they're going to happen. Everything else is up to us. Long story short, what is for you will find you. You don't have to do anything to receive it. Literally nothing you could ever do would stop it from coming to you. There are things in life, blessings that you will receive no matter how hard you try to stop them, because God has set them on your path. If God, the creator of the universe, says, you're gonna have this one day, you're going to have it. I don't care. I feel so at peace, and I feel joy for the first time since like the 7th grade. There is so much freedom in relinquishing the pressure that you put on yourself. I don't know the best way to word this, but blessings aren't supposed to break your heart. And clock it. Blessings aren't supposed to shatter you. Blessings aren't supposed to make you question your worth, question your sanity. Blessings aren't going to make you feel like there's something wrong with you. Blessings are supposed to bring joy and peace into your life. If it's not doing that, babe, let it go. And I understand that there are struggles in life and there are hard times, of course, but those struggles and those hard times are like blockages on the road to the the blessing is the final destination, right? That toxic situationship that you met along the way is not the blessing. Like, that's not the end of the road. Like, that's just something that's happening along the way to the ultimate destination. I think that's where a lot of us get sidetracked, is we think that the blockages on the path to our destination, on the path to our blessings, on the path to our destiny, we think that those things, those blockages along the way, we think that that's the best it's gonna get. We think that, oh, this is what it is for me. This is my destination. This is what's meant for me. We're like, oh, well, if this is what's happening to me, it must be because it's what I deserve. Hi, this is Editing Yene here. Obviously, this was very stream of consciousness, so I did not have a script like prepared or anything like that, but this is what I was trying to say. Suffering can be a learning experience, and the blockages that I'm mentioning here can be learning experiences. Obviously, we can make the best of our pain and we can make the best of our suffering, but pain and suffering, I don't think that's a blessing in and of itself. I feel like those things are challenges or obstacles that we face before we get to like the big kahuna, right? Because the devil, the enemy, negative, whatever you call it, hates to see you win. So like, obviously you're gonna get obstacles and challenges thrown in your path. Also, I feel like if everything just came to us easily, then we wouldn't really be grateful for anything. So there's also that. But I'm not gonna look back and be like, I'm so glad I suffered. Like, I'm so glad I went through pain. Like, no, it sucked. In hindsight, there are lessons that can be pulled from that pain and suffering, but I don't consider pain and suffering to be good things themselves. Like, I'm not sitting here trying to glorify suffering. Hopefully this makes sense to somebody. I feel like I'm yapping, and I feel like I'm beating a dead horse. What I'm trying to say, and I'm gonna try to say it more eloquently here, is that a lot of the time where we get tripped up is we believe that that pain and suffering is the blessing in and of itself. In the sense that, like, we accept what we think we deserve in our lives. We mentally are like, this is okay with me, the stuff that we think we deserve. So if you got that nonchalant dreadhead and he's giving you absolutely nothing, he is giving you crumbs, he doesn't love on you, he doesn't take you out, he doesn't communicate, he has the morals of an unneutered dog, like, etc., and you're like, he's such a blessing. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? It's like, girl, that man is a learning experience, not the blessing that God has sent for you. What are you talking about? Like, you know, I'm gonna let the video resume. I'm sorry if I clocked anybody right there. Sorry, not sorry. We're just like, oh, well, this is good enough for me because this is all I'm good enough for. A lot of us don't believe we can have nice things. I'm like, yes, we can. If you don't believe that you are worthy of the blessings that you are going to get, you are going to sabotage yourself. And I know I'm not saying anything crazy. I'm not saying anything like that's like a huge revelation that nobody's ever heard before. But self-sabotage blocks your blessings, because if you don't even think you're worthy of those blessings, you are going to take the longest, most difficult, most arduous path to those blessings. You are going to extend your own suffering because you can't possibly believe that something better than that is waiting for you down the line. And it's not irrational to think that way, because pattern recognition. You're like, oh, well, if this has happened to me before and this has happened to me before, why would anything change? But it can change. That's the mindset shift. Stop being complacent. And I'm not gonna blame you for the bad treatment that you've been receiving. I'm not gonna blame you for your bad circumstances, because damn, like sometimes life just be lifing and things are hard. Once you recognize, hey, I don't deserve this. Once you recognize I deserve better than what life is throwing at me right now, then it's on you to turn your life around, because nobody's gonna come along and save you. The only person that's gonna come along and save you is yourself and God. That's it. And if you don't believe in God, replace that with whatever you do believe in. Those canon blessings are going to happen to you no matter what. But you can either prolong your own pain and suffering by giving in to the obstacles, by wasting your time going back and forth to somebody who really don't want you for real, staying at that job that you really, really hate, where the boss is mean as hell to you, where your coworkers are talking smack about you behind your back, staying in toxic ass, draining situations that are obstacles on your path because you inherently believe that this is the best it gets for me. Of course, this is what I deserve. This is how I've always been treated, so why would anything be different? Internalizing the negative beliefs that are instilled in you by those obstacles is going to prolong your suffering. It is going to make your path to those blessings so much more heartbreaking and draining and exhausting and difficult. And I know it's hard to change your mindset because you internalize the belief that you don't deserve better, that this is your life, that nothing's ever going to be different because it never has been. So why would it change now? It's scary to let go of that belief, even though it's a negative belief. Hey, at least it's familiar, and we prefer something that is harmful to us but familiar over something that is invigorating for us but unfamiliar. We crave familiarity, we crave predictability. We like to know what's going to happen next. We like to be able to have that semblance of control over our own life path and over our future. But the truth about it is that it's out of our control. We don't control shit. And that's a scary belief, to relinquish and to let go of control over your own life and trust that God or the universe or whatever you believe is going to guide you towards those beautiful things in store for you. Letting go and trusting that you will receive what is meant for you. That's so scary. But guess what? It's better to be terrified and changing than complacent and the same forever. But all that to say, trust in those canon events. Yes, of course, you have free will to do the things along the way. Whether or not we are going to internalize what so-and-so is saying, whether or not we are going to internalize the treatment that we are receiving and believe that it's all that we deserve, it's all that we're worthy of, whether or not we are going to believe this and this happened to me, so-and-so treated me this way, so of course somebody else is going to do the same thing. That is our own free will. That is our own choice. Sometimes you just get sucked into it, and it's not crazy that you do. And it's almost like if you don't believe that you deserve better, then even if that blessing does come along, you're not going to be able to trust it, and you'll sabotage your way out of it. That blessing is going to come your way regardless. Whether you choose to accept it is your own choice, based on whether or not you internalized everything negative that those challenges along the way threw at you is going to determine whether you accept that blessing or if you sabotage it, because you're going to receive it. Now, what are you going to do with it? So yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you so much for coming to my TED Talk. I just want you to know that even though it's hard, let go of that sense of control that you want to have over your life so hard. And if it's costing you your happiness, if it's costing you your joy, if it's costing you compromising your own boundaries and your own values, it's not a freaking blessing, and let it go. There is better out there for you, I promise. And I know it's hard to believe that because of all the obstacles along the way that have forced you to believe otherwise. That is my rant on the verse, all things work together for good for those who trust in him. Because as long as you trust that God's plan for you is beautiful and you relinquish control over your own circumstances and say, there is a greater force out there that will guide me towards my blessings that are written in my life path. Once you let go of trying to control how you get there and just let yourself be guided there, man, I'm telling you, the pressure just gets taken off of your shoulders. I hope somebody is able to take something from this. Stay blessed, stay safe, believe in your heart of hearts that you deserve nice things. Much love. See you next time.